what's up? It's your girl, Miss Rina Elle General.
Yours truly, Lomwe.
Yo, this is Black Jet.
Diva Timothy. Farmer Michael.
What it do, what it does.
What up,
people? This was good.
You're listening to or tuned into
The 5Roundz podcast.
5 rounds.
5 rounds.
5 rounds.
Yeah. Make sure you stick it right here because it's lit.
What's happening, guys? Welcome to 5Roundz. You've got myself, One Tally, you've got Pato, we've got Ovi.
What it do, what it does.
Today it's a special guest interview. We have a big artist, you know what I mean? In my opinion, the best female rapper to ever come out of Malawi. All right,
bring it on.
She's a rapper. She's a singer. She's also a digital marketer. She's opened up for Brick and Lace. She's a multi-award nominated artist. She's worked with the British Council, Plan International, and Girl Effect. A woman empowerment sort of figure, you know, a public figure in Malawi. Miss Rina General. So, welcome, Rina. How you feeling today? You good?
I feel good. I feel great. So
it looks nice.
You look great. You look great as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Oh my goodness me. Yeah. So without further ado, who is Rina as a person?
Rina as a person is an all-rounded individual that is very interested in things that uplift, empower, and pretty much is at the center of creation. I say the center of creation because everything that I do in my life is creative oriented, whether it be my 9 to 5, whether it be my passions, whether it be my side hustles, whatever it is, it's always inspired by some sort of creativity. So pretty much jack of all trades, general fita, general purpose machine gun. What else? I don't know. All-rounded chameleon. That's me. A creative chameleon. Call me that.
Wow.
Oh, she's a comic. She's a comic. We're in the same team. We're in the same team.
I mean, out of the things that we've mentioned, so rapper, singer, digital marketer, is there something else that I missed out of your creative edge? Is there something else that you are talented at that we do not know or the fans do not know?
I'm a voiceover artist, voice model, and I'm also a scriptwriter. I'm a copywriter as well, like professionally.
Okay.
Whoa.
Voiceover. What do you mean when you say voiceover? Like what? Give us an example of something that you've been in a voiceover.
Okay, I can give you an example. I think the example, without explaining it, I'm just gonna do it. Let me try. I'm trying to be creative about it by picking something. Does anyone have a product, like a product, like a juice or like a pen somewhere near?
Okay, no, sell our clothes. Our clothes.
Nah,
5
nigga,
rounds.
because I already have to do that for you in another one. So I need something different. I already have to do one for you, so that one you get it. But I want something else.
Do you see the way all guys were like, yeah, our product?
Okay. All right, cool. Your hair.
My hair.
Yeah, let's go.
Give it a name. Give it a brand name.
Okay, so your hair is sleek and smooth.
Okay, give it a name. Okay,
Sleek and
fine.
smooth.
Let me do this. This is what I do. I say, I'm a copywriter. I'm also a voice model artist.
Yeah.
So it's hello, Petunia. Here you got some lovely 16-inch hair right here for you. You know what? Fuck it. I don't know how to sell hair. I've never done that. Okay. When I say that I'm a voice model artist, I do a lot of corporate work. It's not really social. It's a lot of corporate work. So it's the whole the number you've dialed is not available at the moment. Please try again later.
You sound familiar.
No, don't tell me you've done that.
No way. But not that I did that one one in particular, but I do that kind of stuff. They're called interactive voice responses. So
Lovely,
basically,
lovely.
the lady you can call from the bank or whatever it is. I'm not on every platform, but just different ones. But I do that kind of work: radio, adverts, TV commercials.
Very,
and
very
I
nice
write scripts for them.
operator voice.
Guys,
Thank
for the fans that don't understand what she just said, is in our country on the phone, the voice message
Operators,
the voice operator that we have in our country, in our language, she literally just did it to the T. So she's done that. So we've been talking to you when we ring in our country and we hear the
I'm
number you're
always in
calling.
your ear.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, of course they have different girls that do it, but I'm one of them. It just depends on which thing you're using.
That is.
Cool.
I'll applaud you. I'll applaud you on that. I'll applaud you on that.
No, that's pretty sick. So, I mean, everyone that comes on the show, we would like to know where you're from. Obviously, we know where you're from, but for the fans, tell the fans where you are from. Where do you rep?
I rep Blantyre. Blantyre born, Blantyre raised. I have not lived in any other city or country.
B-Town.
Where is Blantyre? Because there's Blantyre in Scotland and there's Blantyre over in Malawi as well.
From Scotland. I'm from Malawi. I know there's a Blantyre in Scotland. I always peg it every time I'm trying to use my GPS and my maps and whatnot. It's like Blantyre, Scotland. Nah, G, I'm not in Scotland.
Keep pushing.
The warm heart of Africa, Malawi.
That's really good. That's really good. We're rapping.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
Yes, we do.
That's pretty good, man. So what was your passion growing up, as a person? What did you always have a passion for music, or what was your passion?
I didn't. I hated music when I was a kid, bro. I didn't like music.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know that now, did you?
I didn't know.
So
thought
why?
You knew me.
Whoa.
I never used to like music. When I was like, like the early years, like 5, 6, 7, 8, that age, I was a cartoon watching person. I never used to love music. In fact, I had a cousin, funny enough, and we're so close. I had a cousin that like every time I visit her house, because she was an only child. So every time I visit her house, I was like the baby child in my house. And then she was like big sister vibes. So I'd go to her cabin and we literally used to give ourselves like a TV timetable where we would watch Cartoon Network for 30 minutes, Channel O for 30 minutes all day. Like we'd literally just be switching like that. So everyone would keep their eye on the watch just to make sure that, hey, it's about 30 minutes. You better give me that remote. Like, literally.
That's an African household.
Before the days of PVR and dual view, before all that, where you had one TV set, one decoder, one channel at a time.
That is
Power
crazy.
Rangers, Ninja Turtles, and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so
Dragon Ball Z.
I never used to be into music. Like I would listen to music because of my sisters. I would listen to music because of like basically in transit, whatnot. But I think it was only when I really entered my teens that I really, really, really started really like listening to music properly. I think.
That is unreal. That is
I've
unreal.
always been a writer. Writing has always been a part of me. Writing and drawing. That's technically where my creativity started, especially with drawing. Started with drawing, then developed into writing. So I've always played with those.
So since you didn't like music, so like how do you get not to like music and then get into music? What got you into music then?
I'm trying to remember. We used to always have a lot of talent shows at school, for starters. So I would here and then. I remember there was the one time that I performed. I did a song, and I did a song like dedicated to my dad, and it was a very angry song because I lost my dad when I was 3. So I was pissed off at my dad growing up that he died. One of those things. So yeah. So like I think that was like one of the first things that I wrote like that. But then after that, there was a season where like it was just experimenting. You see this needle right here in the top left corner.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That guy, That
Yeah.
guy, like I think he had his own little P Diddy vibe thing going on because he was trying to do a group, so he needed a girl, and like he forced me to start doing music. I swear, he forced me. It was by force. Didn't want to do it.
So
Just
one
need to force
tally.
me.
So we can say one tally made you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nah.
He was on
No,
like, you
no
know what?
way, no
He's
way.
like, just try doing this. He knows
Yeah.
exactly how it went down. Like the first conversation that we had, I only remember bits and pieces of it. But like for me to actually start recording, he paired me with the producer, and he's like, dude, I need you to be recording. Just keep recording. It doesn't matter. Just record. Just record. And I think I just got into the vibe of it because I think I was writing too much and I wasn't recording at all.
Yeah.
So
You know, like me.
But I said,
Yeah.
just got used to music.
Yeah.
Like me personally, I just want to say something that Rina, like I know music, I would hear music, but the only time that I appreciate as like this is the queen of hip hop of Malawi was Pilgrim played me a song that has never been released. 2, you dropping raps in a studio. Pilgrim at the time we were TMI. And me and Pilgrim were really close. We used to go drinking together.
What song was that?
What song was that?
I've recorded so many songs.
I say he did. She did. She was doing so many songs, and he played me two songs. I don't even know the titles, and I will tell you what. But he said, "Listen to Rina." I said, "Rina, Amata." I said, "Yeah, I know from Rina On Em."
Yeah.
That was the first song. Yeah.
Rina, yeah. No.
Then
That is unreal. That is real.
He played me some lyrics that you were dropping in the studio that you never released. But I don't know if it was just freestyle. And I was listening like, yeah, fuck that. She is the queen of rap in Malawi. Because I personally wouldn't think today.
Flowers.
That is crazy. That is
I don't think
crazy.
there's
Ovi,
Yeah.
talking about that, like realistically, guys watching the show, you have to know that back in Malawi, the music industry is really dominated by males. So it's really crazy that we have Rina here, and she's really been kicking it from the start. Rina, like, how do you cope up? Like, how did you make a name for yourself in being that the music industry in Malawi is male dominated? How do you make your name?
I think I made a name by accident, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, it sounds very comical when I say these things because when I sit down and think about how things turned out and how things started, it doesn't really make any sense. It really doesn't, because I didn't have a formula. I didn't have a plan. I was just doing. So with the music, it was one of those things where a friend had to encourage me to be like, I say, just be recording. I'm like, all right, dope. Like literally, y'all don't even know that I actually have 2 albums.
2?
Y'all only know about 1.
2?
Yes, technically, I have 2 albums and I have 1 mixtape. Literally, I have 2 albums and 1 mixtape. Technically, that's what I have.
You have more than that. You have more than that. Since
Of course, there's the songs that we never put now into, like we never compiled. That doesn't include the music that we didn't compile. But like compiled projects, I have 2 album projects. I have 1 mixtape. But then there's like 100 other songs that got lost in the hemisphere.
Yeah.
Absolutely true. I think my Rina story, the day that Rina was born, like Rina For Real was born, was when I went to Pilgrim Studio to record a song called Tika Figa. Basically, I came there, recorded my verse. Pilgrim's like, whoa, you know. And then, Rina came the next day and recorded her verse. It was like, oh my gosh.
We got competition in the building.
You have that song?
Yeah, I still have it.
That's why I was saying that I've heard lyrics of you rapping.
Yeah.
That I've never released.
Like literally.
Pilgrim would just play me like, listen to Rina.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, when you think about it, my musical career has it's every couple of years I could be doing different things, but actually I'm doing the same thing because I started with just recording on other people's songs, then started my own music. Nice. Then when I stopped doing, like, I haven't released a single since 2018. I think 2018, that was my last official single as Rina. After that, I was featuring in other people's songs again, but I wasn't releasing my own music. Up until now, I still haven't released my own single again.
Okay.
Before we go to the next question, Rina, just quick question. Megan, Nicki Minaj, or what's the other one? The crazy one. What's another? Come on, I'm trying to remember.
Cardi B?
Cardi. Who would you say? Who would you say?
I'll say, do I have to choose one?
Yeah, one. If you are given an option to say, okay, you're gonna get a feature by Cardi, Megan, or
but wait a minute. Why are you gonna limit her to just those three? You know, why?
those are the biggest.
Those are the biggest you think of.
Three girls that can rap.
All right, go on. Let's hear this.
Okay, because you've mentioned those three, I would say I would love to do a feature with Cardi B, because Cardi B has the energy. She has this energy. For me, I'm all about energy. I don't listen like me. I'm about energy. She has a certain energy that is raw and real about her.
I was expecting you to choose that as well, because that's what I would have thought. You go.
You go any
along
other
those
day, I would have said Nicki Minaj. Any other day. Now, Nicki has that, like, if you even look at all three characters, I think Megan has that youthful vibe for me. She has that youthful vibe, that pizzazz, that sass. She got that. That's like, if I could take pieces of them and put them in me, I would take that of Megan. When it comes to Cardi, I love her raw and realness, because as much as she can get her makeup done and do this and do that and get her long ass hair, I say that girl will tell you, nigga, I like what. She's out there, she's just being herself.
She is
she's not pretending. Because a lot of us actually pretend, and when you're in such a position in the arts, you end up pretending a lot. You pretend to be something you're not. So I appreciate her for that. And of course, like the realness, her project, guys, there's so many songs. Eesh. I wish I wrote them.
Come on. I mean,
Nicki, funny enough, I never liked Nicki Minaj to begin with. I never liked her. I thought she was too artificial, too bubblegum, too plastic. And I thought it was a disgrace to hip hop to be that kind of artist. How dare you? That's how I used to feel about her.
Newsflash.
Because of
I don't like her still. Well, yeah, go on.
Oh, wow. Because of the marketing issues. Like, when you think about marketing issues in music, you understand why she was brought to us that way. And it's only like into like what her, like, I don't know. I feel like when she now settled in her career, when she was now with the I am fucking Nicki Minaj, full stop, end of story. When she got to that place, that's the Nicki Minaj I began to love. That is the, I say she got buzz. I say that girl got buzz and stories and emotion.
So there was a beautiful ending to this story.
Pieces, I would take bits and pieces of that. So I can't really choose one. But mama sindi chura ntungala MC Light. I say my feature ngada just do funika tu.
Yes. MC Light, man. That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say.
Talk to me about featuring with Eminem. Talk to me about featuring with, like, those are the people that I used to listen to growing up. I used to listen to Eminem, Curtain Call. That was the album I used to listen to. My first album that I ever got was that. The next one was 50 Cent. What's that? Get Rich or Die Trying. I was not the bubblegum CD buyer when I started liking music. It was the kind of CDs that guys would have. That's what I used to do. Rough Riders, DMX. Wow. That's what I used to listen to.
What? Hey.
So give it to you.
Come on.
I think those guys have energy. But yeah, that's me. I just happen to be a girl.
See? All right. So, next question. Your breakthrough single, Not Like Me. Did you know that was it? You know this song was good when you recorded it. How did you feel?
No. When we were recording it, I was told I needed to do a song that was
okay.
Yeah, make them go grrr. So I was like, we gonna make them go grrr. So we did that. When it came out, actually, it came out in a compilation CD because we did a radio run. So there was Not Like Me. There was a song called Go Diva. And then there was a song that I featured on called Crush, if I'm not mistaken. I featured with the Zimbabwean artist and Zambian artist, Cherish and Judy. The original song is actually from Zimbabwe. And then we just did a tree collabo, whatever. So when it came out, we gave it to the stations. And surprisingly enough, like Go Diva was actually my official single. The follow-up single was Not Like Me, but they were released at the same time on the same disc.
Hey.
Yes, it was now a song for the ladies, a song for the hip hop heads. But you're getting like two sides of me, because that's the one thing I celebrate about me, the fact that I'm able to sit on every type of beat. Like I'm not particular. So it was just to give you a little bit of this is what I can do, you know. But it just so happened that people vibed with Not Like Me more, and it broke my heart, guys. It really did break my heart, because that's not the song that I wanted as my single.
Go Diva. It's Go Diva, isn't it?
Ask him. Ask. One time he knows. He knows. The song that I love was Go Diva.
The work that was put into that song. If you listen to the song, right, the whole rhythm of the song is the sound of clicking heels. You know, it's a diva song. If you listen to the song, it starts ka, 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 Go Diva, Go Diva. It goes with the step of a woman. It's a ladies' anthem. So she wanted that song to be the, you know.
Who came up with the beat?
Imagine that.
Who came up with the beat?
I can't remember. How did even the beat thing start? It was inspired by another song, and then my producer at the time is the one who did it.
Oh, right.
So it was inspired by Carry Out. So just Justin Timberlake and Timberlake Carry Out. I think that was the time we were experimenting with sounds a lot, right? Yeah.
We were trying to get like real life element sounds into the music. So we're just like and then the beat started. He's like, I say, just grab this item, just listen. I'm like, I like this. I can vibes with this, and I wrote a lit ass song, but y'all motherfuckers didn't take it.
Nah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's just using beautiful minds, just coming up with the beat like that, and then just going with the flow. That's really amazing.
It was nice though. It was nice. I think music was fun back then.
Another question, right? So Rina On Em got featured on a US mixtape, the United States of Blood Diamonds. How did that happen? You know, I think you're one of the
happened on Twitter. It happened on Twitter.
Yeah, it was. I mean, just to make it clear, it was just you and Yesaya who featured on this mixtape, right? So
I can't remember how I got linked up with the person. I really can't remember. And in fact, I was supposed to record a different song.
We've lost it.
But this person wanted me on the mixtape so bad. Let me just take this one, because I'm not going to do. So they're just like, you know what, let me just grab this item and put it on the mixtape. And I didn't mind. And it was distributed very heavily. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know? And I was like, what? I was like, dope, let's do this.
Nah, honestly.
She's a go-getter. She's a go-getter.
Absolutely, man.
Let's do this. We're going to do this. You don't care. You don't give a rat's ass.
No, I don't. That's the only thing I care about.
Yeah, trust me, man.
My daughter and my money.
All right. So Rina,
what's up? What's next? Where'd you go?
Rina, you seem to be not seem to be. You're not a stranger to this international collaboration and everything. And would like to know, like, what's your greatest achievement as performing artist and why? You know?
I think my greatest achievement as a performing artist is me performing at Lake of Stars.
Woo! Which year was this?
This was actually when I just started. When I just started, 2010, had the music out, I got booked to perform at Lake of Stars. I didn't get the main stage, I got the beach stage, but I was nervous as hell. This was the first time ever. There I was in my Nike sneakers, my 3/4 pants, because this is like, I had a uniform look. I would always wear 3/4 pants because I love 3/4 pants.
Yes.
I've always been a vest person, like vests and like, you know, short sleeve tops. Like I've always been that person. That's always a part of me. It's only now that I've like evolved, like now wearing like fine. I'm still wearing sneakers, but I'm wearing like my jeans, switching it up here and there and whatnot. But yeah, it was my first time performing there. I say that because I'm not saying that as much as Lake of Stars is a very big platform, there's a lot of learning that came after that point of me performing at Lake of Stars. So I established a lot of connections for the years that came after that particular day. And it was absolutely amazing. And it's like, I meet international artists all the time, guys, like all the freaking time. Like, it's amazing. And it's shocking to me because I'm like, guys, little old me who barely has anything to my name, I'm here, I'm chatting with this person who has X amount of awards and what, and we're actually having a conversation. Like, there was a time when Reason came and he was performing at Lake of Stars. I linked up with his producers. We actually had a very good chat. Chill Sessions had a chat with his wife because she was there. And I was like, and I was actually asking her, I was like, how does it feel to be the wife of such a superstar? What's it like?
Oh, that's a really good question. That's
Yeah.
a really
Like,
good
what's
question,
it
right
like for you? She's like,
Yeah.
it's just, it's there. Like, I'm just supportive. And I'm like, wow. I really want to find someone who can support me like that.
Let's
Because
spin.
women have that. They have that supportive thing for a guy who's.
Let's spin that around. Let's
spin that around on you, actually.
Let's spin it around on you.
What's it like being the superstar, being female, and say, for example, if the male is not into music or not doing music, what's it like dating someone who, doesn't understand or maybe just not into what you're doing, basically,
I would say it sucks.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It does, yeah.
I'm going to say this because, I need to be politically correct about what I say. So I'm going to say this because I've been in a situation where I've been with someone in the same industry.
Yeah.
I've done that. Same industry. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. For some people it works. For other people it doesn't.
Because that's what we always see is like that same industry and then they in their relationship.
I feel the thing is with same industry, with time spent, emotion grows. This is something that someone
I heard that line before.
Yeah, someone years and years ago, someone once told me this: with time spent, emotion grows. So generally, the more time that you spend with someone, the more emotionally inclined or attached you become to them.
Okay. Yeah,
so then it's easier for you to end up with someone in the same industry, because if you're in the same industry, you're constantly like that. Wherever you're constantly rubbing into each other. So sometimes it works because you have a common goal, a common interest. Sometimes it doesn't, because we all know what it's like to be in the industry.
Yeah.
We all know what comes with it, So it's tough. But I would say with me being an artist, I have come to a point where now, after all these years, I didn't see it before. I've always been a ride or die. I've always been I think if you know me well enough or have known me long enough, you know that purity is at my core. So when someone hurts me, it really hurts. Like legit. Ask one time. Me and one time would argue like husband and wife, bruh. I swear, if I could stab you, nigga.
Do you put that pain? Do you put that pain and pour it into your music?
I do. Sometimes I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do. I used to do it a lot, but I realized that not all minds are meant to be decrypted. So my mind is one of those. It's not meant to be overly decrypted. So I only let you know what I feel you can handle. I try not to put my life in my music too much because it's messy.
Hey, let me ask you a quick question. I know we don't want me. We're not gonna go deep in that. But so, how is your child? When Zayn saying mommy is a public figure, is an artist.
She uses it to her advantage, boss. My kid is smart.
Yeah,
my kid is just like me.
We're bringing family on. We're bringing family.
My daughter is just like me, like legit.
I wanted to understand there because how did she feel? Like mommy is a public figure.
She's rap royalty. She's rap royalty.
She doesn't
what you talking
get
about?
to her head. Just show your face.
Iceberg's the
Say hi.
What's up?
Hello. Welcome to 5Roundz, and thank you for dedicating 5Roundz.
That's my baby. She uses it. She really uses it to her advantage. I think. I think because I've always been mom to her. I've never been Rina. You know what I mean? So because I've always been mom, she still sees me as mom. But then people always be like, when I go, especially when I go to a school, especially now that she's older, she'll be like, her friends will be like, "Who's that?"
That's your mom. Your
That's
mom?
my mom.
Your mom is Rina? Dude, that's what I was trying to get at. That's what I was trying to understand. Like when school, they're like, your mom is Rina, you mean Rina?
Yeah.
because people will see you as Rina. She sees you as mom.
Yeah, but
Sometimes it annoys her. Sometimes she loves it because then obviously, like I remember, like for her birthday was like 2 months ago. I got her like a compilation video with like all of these celebrities that wished her a happy birthday. So she like connected all the videos and she put them on a status. So you had like Taygrin there, you had Kim of Diamonds, you had so many different friends. And she's like, and all her friends, she had Eli and Juchi even sent her a video to wish her happy birthday. Yeah. And then her friends
Really
were like, oh
big.
my God, can your mother adopt me?
That is
So I
beautiful,
like the
crazy.
advantage. I think we both like the advantages that it brings.
So, Rina, if I had to say, when what you do, you go through a lot of stuff. Right?
Mhm.
What would be your greatest challenge that you ever gone through? So, through you being an artist, what had been the greatest challenge that you had gone through? So, even if it had been involved with your personal life and affected your artist side, you know what I mean, that kind of way. What would have been the greatest challenge that you ever gone through?
I think my greatest challenge is finding balance.
What
Like
you
in
mean?
any situation, because like I think because the question is so broad, it's like I can pinpoint to like in 2010, my greatest challenge was being able to facilitate my household. And like I used to literally survive on those gigs. That's why I was performing a lot, because
Wow.
that was how I made my money. Without
Yeah,
those gigs, I didn't have any extra money. So that was my greatest challenge then. Coming into the industry, my greatest challenge was finding my footing, considering that I only learned Chichewa when I was 16, and I only started being comfortable speaking Chichewa when I was like in my 20s because of radio advertising.
Wow.
Because there will be a lot of radio adverts that come in Chichewa, and you have to learn how to say that. You have to learn it. If you don't learn it, you ain't making no money. So I had to
Smart on
learn.
the streets.
Gotta be street smart if you need a buck. I mean, if you want a buck, you're gonna have to be street smart. So I think at that time, my greatest or hardest moment was now being able to speak my mother tongue, because people are like, oh, you sound so Western. Oh, you sound so American.
No,
Oh, you don't sound Malawian. I'm sorry, guys. I was educated by white people. It's not my fault.
that is true. That is true. A bit stereotype, yeah.
Like it's not my fault. White people taught me how to speak English, so I speak like them. If a black person told me how to speak English, who speaks like with a proper Malawian accent, that would be my accent. That's how you learn. So if white people have been in my life since I was 0 years old. So this is my whole life. This is my language. That's what my English is my first language. It's not Chichewa.
Yeah.
It's only now I can comfortably be like, Chichewa is my first language, because now I've got it on lock. I've got enough to more than enough to survive.
In every bar, you got that.
So yeah, it's different moments in my life have given me different tough times. But I say the hardest thing across the board has been finding balance according to what I'm going through at that moment in time. That's always been my toughest thing.
Cool.
Balance.
Right. What is sorry. What is your
What is finding balance?
No, come on now. What is your creative process like? What do you do when you're making a song? What do you have to do? What's your routine? Because some people have rituals and routines and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'll give you an example. These days I have to hear a beat first. I have to feel the beat, maybe related to something, an emotion for me to write. Yeah. So what is your creative process like?
I have a creative process that's very similar. I have different ones. But normally, if let's say someone says, "Oh, Rina, I want to feature on a track," I'm like, "Okay, fine." The first thing I'm gonna do before I start asking questions, because the thing is, I'm a marketer, right? So if I'm gonna spend my brain power to come up with lines to make your song sound nice, you better make sure that song better be heard by more than the people that live in your house, because my bars are precious.
Who?
No, but like we really need to, like, it's not even about me being pompous or anything. You see, we all spend time doing the things that we love, right? It requires a certain level of effort for me to write a song. Same as you. It requires you, like if you write a song to do your job, whatever it is that you do, it requires you that effort. It's only great if your effort is appreciated.
That is true.
So when it comes to my process, if someone's asking me for a feature, the first thing I want to hear the beat, because I don't jump on something that I don't feel. Because if I don't feel like it, if I don't feel it, then it means I'm not going to give you the best product.
You're not going to give everything. Yeah, that's true.
Exactly. So I need to hear it first. When I hear it, you tell me what it's about. If the concept doesn't make sense to me or doesn't align to me and my branding, then I won't do it. For example, I refuse love songs. That's the one thing I refuse.
No heartbreaks on it.
I got a love song coming up. You know what I'm saying?
It's not even about love. It's not even about like, I know how to do love songs. That's easy. Give me something that's a little more difficult. Let's do the unexpected. But also, like, I'm not in love. So why are you making me write a love song?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's that process. The other process that I have is sometimes I just write. Sometimes I just come up with bars. I come up with melodies. I listen to plenty instrumentals on YouTube if I just feel like writing, because it's also a mode of expression. So anyway, whichever way I'm feeling, it just depends. But normally I hear, then I write. Sometimes if I'm just writing, then that means I haven't heard anything. I just had an idea that came to my head and I jot it down. One note, guys. One note saves my life. I put everything in there.
One note saves
So,
your life.
Anyway,
Apple Notes for me.
as we are going, guys, just want to say this. We have a Rina here, our lovely queen of hip hop from Malawi. Guys, and if there's something that you feel we haven't asked, you want to know about Rina, please drop it in the comments. Like, subscribe, and share. We're going to have a link on the bios to her music so you can listen. If there's something that we didn't ask, you want to ask about, drop it in the comments. She'll be looking at it. She'll answer it herself. She'll write it in the comments. And of course, subscribe, like, and share. And because of all, we're going to have a link in the bio of all her music. Listen to what she brings into the hip hop industry of Malawi. Yeah, she's our king bee of music in Malawi, guys.
That's it. That is a crazy one. Just to continue there with your interview there. I'm just going to ask Rina there, like how would you describe the music that you typically create? Like, how would you describe that?
In terms of the contents or the sound?
Well, let's go both ways. The content first, and then you can explain about the sounds as well.
In terms of the content, when it's a song that's actually mine or a project that's actually mine, I only like to speak of things that I know. And I think these are conversations that I've even had with Wantali before. I used to be like, I don't want to be rapping about Maybachs and stuff because I've never been in a Maybach, bro. So why would I want to lie? I've never been there. I don't know what it's like.
You can dream about it, man. Half these American artists never drove a Maybach. They're like, Maybachs, women in my house.
Because people like to hide so much in this artistry, guys. Being an artist is a stressful life. Let's not lie about it. It's stressful. It's hectic. You have to sacrifice hours. You have to sacrifice time. You got to sacrifice a lot of finances. Right now, I'm spending a lot of money trying to get my branding in check, and it's pissing me off. It costs money.
That's rough.
So it's like
it's important.
The life of an artist is tough. Like so the things that I like, the things that I've experienced, or third-party stories. So for example, you can tell me a story about something you've experienced. I will relay that story for you in my music. I like to speak about things that are real, things that have happened, because I feel like, music is how can you say it? There's a nice quote about music. I used to read it a while ago. That says something about music and tears. I think music is like when you can't, but anyway, something like that. But something about the connection between music and tears. Like music is, you all know when you feel it, when you're feeling emotional, when you're going through something and you hear a song, you feel and you understand the song better than when you're just listening to it. Like you understand the lyrics when you're going through the thing. Yeah. So it's about music and lyrics. I think we all know, we've all seen this quote something, but it's connected to music, tears, lyrics.
All right.
Yeah. So in terms of the contents, I'm just trying to be me. I just want to be me. I want to be able to represent me, because believe you me, the same way other people have analyzed me, I've also analyzed me. I'm my biggest hater. Ain't nobody can hate me better than me.
Woo! Shout out to the haters out there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so I think when it comes to me being I'm my biggest hater indeed. So I scrutinize everything that I do, from the sounds to
Mhm.
the contents. So yeah, that stuff, it's really
Yeah,
important.
yeah. I can absolutely agree. I can agree with that. She's her own biggest hater. Sometimes, yeah, yeah. There's so many stories there.
I want to say something anyway before I go, because I just have to go. Something came up and I have to go. It's an artist, but I really appreciate that I've had the chance to actually talk to you like this. It's an honor. It's an honor. You know what I mean? You're a queen. You're a queen of hip hop in Malawi. You better keep that, my darling. You are the queen of hip hop.
Well, I do need to do better. I do need to do better. There's more music that I need to release.
No, but I don't think there's any woman right now that has come up to do what you've done. I'll see you later, guys. I got to go. I love you.
What do you want your legacy to be, man? You know, when you set out to start music and all these things, what do you want do you want people to remember you as?
I want people to remember me as. I think I can actually. I don't know if I want to be remembered or for the things that I have done to be remembered instead of me, because I'm only human. So I am very flawed, very heavily. So, you know, what is great for you in me may not be for somebody else. But if I then use whatever capabilities and opportunities that I have to then put into something that can stay, that can live longer than a human life, and that thing can impact you and your life in such a way that can make you appreciate creativity or art, then I think that's how I want to be remembered.
Okay. Legacy, man. Legacy.
Yeah, so the music should live on through so many different types of things, you know, because everything I do is connected. You know, you've got Rina the artist, Rina the voice model, you've got Rina the TV actress, you've got Rina the digital marketer, you've got Rina, what else? Rina the chili maker with her chili business. You've got there's so many different versions of me. Multiple split personality disorder. Plenty Rinas in me.
Jeez. Actually, before you ask that question, then please. So you've recently released Jumami with AyceeX.
James.
Yeah, man. Tell us about that single and your relationship with AyceeX. You know.
Well, me and AC, actually, funny enough, we've kind of been friends for a while, but we were only friends on social media. So we'll talk on Twitter.
Yeah.
And more especially after when she came back to Malawi, we would talk on WhatsApp, because we were part of the same WhatsApp group that had like a whole bunch of artists on it. Now, 2019 is when we started hanging out, and it was wild. I fell in love in 2019. I fell in love with AC James, like legit.
Big up AC, man. So
big up AC. So we've pretty much had a long-standing friendship that has evolved as the time has gone, and she's pretty much a part of my life, like forever. So anyway, when it comes to the song, we always used to say, you know what, here we are. And people used to see us, like, this is the funny thing. I think it started from what people used to say, because people used to see us and then they'd be like, you guys are always together, but the one thing you don't do is record a song. You guys, everywhere you go, here you are together. Like, if I see AC, I know I'm gonna see Rina in like 2 minutes. I see Rina, I know I'm gonna see AC, but I don't see a song between you. So I think it started from there, and then we started the conversation. So every time would be like, this is from 2019, guys. This is 2021.
Wow.
So we'd always be like, you know, we haven't done a song together. We should do one. And I was like, yeah, but if we do one, I say we better make sure that it's a proper song. We can't embarrass ourselves. So I think maybe also that factor. And then we started talking about it again. There was a time that actually we were having some drinks and we're having a very good time. And I was like, Hatu, I've got the song that I did back then. We can redo it. Let's get a producer. And I just sang the chorus to her. And she's like, oh, that's actually pretty dope, huh? Yeah, that's dope. Okay, fine. And then it just stopped there. We never did the song. Then she was recording her EP, the Gemini, or Gemini, because she's Gemini. Yeah. So she was recording her EP, you know, going back and forth, you know, sending her songs and whatever. And, you know, she was really like, when I was releasing music, guys, oh my God. Sorry, I refer to her by her first name. I can't call her AC. So I said, when AC is doing music, she's really she really gets into it. So any little tiny thing that doesn't go the way she wants it to go will piss her off. So so she's going through her project and whatnot, and she just so
Oh, we lost her.
happens that she heard like, let me play this for you.
Yeah.
So the guy played it for her, and she's like, oh, I like it, and she started lacing it. So she laced it. She put the hook. She put the chorus. I mean, she put the hook and the verse, and then she's like, Rina, I did this song. I got this beat. What? So I think the first thing she did was send me the beat. Then she sent me her part in the beat, and then she's like, I think this is the one. I think this is the song that we can do. And then I was like, okay, let me try. And believe you me, I had a tough time coming up with those lyrics.
The queen herself was sweating on this, yeah.
but they came out.
It was tough. It was tough, but yeah, did the song. Song came out, and there it is. Chi Mamie.
Chi Mamie. So what does that mean for the listeners that are probably not Malawian, right? What does Chi Mamie mean?
Chi Mamie is unforgettable. You know, when you let me not describe what she is, but let me just tell you, like, in a situation where there are a bunch of guys in a bar or at any place, or you, as a guy, sorry, in a situation where as a guy you're in a spot and then you're doing whatever it is that you're doing, right? Let's say maybe you're on your phone, taking a sip of your drink, watching some soccer, you know, eating some crisps, whatever it is you're doing, and then someone catches the corner of your eye. Obviously you won't look, right? Then when you look, you're like, you looking and you studying this thing, and you're like, and you don't really know how to feel about it, but you're just like, And then she keeps on coming closer, and then you're like, hey, come on, say this one. Eesh. She's the mommy. That girl that leaves you speechless in the way that she walks, in the way that she talks, in the way she runs her life. So basically, the jumami vibe, it started because of sorry, it's cold outside, so I'm getting cold. It started because people used to always be like, you know how people used to make fun of older women. That's where it started. Not even older women, like older, not even 40s, but you're talking about girls that are in their late 20s, heading into their 30s, young women. You know, they would always be like, in a sense of trying to bring a gap between those women and now these young teenagers that are now becoming like, you know, tiny little flowers, and try to be like, y'all are too old now, so we gonna be with these ones. So like, if y'all gonna be that way, leave us mamami fail, because us we bad and we know it. You see, you can't take that away from us. So we bad. So you can go be bad over there in that little corner. We gonna bad over here with the high rollers. So yeah, it's a term of endearment. Saying jumami is a term of endearment. So it's like, it's one of those things that's like, you know, I'm a badass mother. Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth.
Whoa. So, and this is very interesting. You know what? You got away with it because then you were just talking about earlier on about your single, Not Like Me single, and you wanted Diva to be the song, and right here you just made Jumami to be the song. Well done to you there. Like, I applaud you on that. Well done to you. That is unreal.
Jumami is the new trend, man.
Yeah, that is unreal. That is
me,
unreal.
I'm a bad owner. Say I'm a bad owner.
Yeah, man.
That is unreal. So we're just gonna hit you up with the last question on here. We just thought, really, this is very interesting, and we have to just, you know, try to understand on your part as well. Like, in your bio of Music Africa, right? You were described as an advocate for women empowerment, right? And we just wanted to know, like, how did that come about? You know, just in that situation.
How it came about is, I think my connection, I'm actually trying to remember how I started working with NGOs, but there was a certain period in time where a lot of my career was non-governmental organization oriented. So I've done a lot of those type of projects where we've gone out into the fields and spoken to young girls and given them, you know, terms of endearment and empowering them to say, you know, you need to get educated. You should definitely push through for your dreams. Do whatever it is that you need to do. I've worked with Plan International. I've worked with with the British Council on an environmental project. So like I've always been in touch with such things. And I think when I started, I think the first one that I started with was the Go Green initiative with the British Council. We did a theme song. That was the first one. After that, I think I started now getting involved with Plan International, and I did a lot of work with them for a couple of years. And it was in that work and in how generally young girls from college would react to actually meeting me that made me realize and decide that, you know what, if you look at my life and how it went, like my real personal life, my real life story, from the time I turned 15 all the way through to me starting music at like 19 properly, at like 19, 20. When you look at that period, what was happening in my personal life, and then look at how I was getting through that, you know, if it wasn't for the music, I probably wouldn't have been where I'm at today. I honestly know that the job I have today, I have it because of music, because I learned digital marketing so I can better market my music digitally, and ended up getting a job and doing it for corporates.
Facts.
So everything I do is connected to the music. So being an advocate for women, I say I'm in a very great position because I got there without any papers to say I wasn't qualified in any. I wasn't qualified in music. I wasn't qualified in digital marketing, but I was there. I was doing the stuff. Being the fact I didn't have any connections to say, so no rich uncles, no rich dad, rich mom type vibes, none of that. I was literally working on building a network by getting along well with people and being able to sit in a room quietly and just listen to what people are saying and only speak up when it was necessary, ask when I needed to ask, and adapt when I needed to adapt. So that not everyone has that opportunity. So if I have that opportunity, why shouldn't I use that to better somebody else's life? You know, so I try to make sure that I connect myself to such projects. Same thing to do with the chili line. I have a chili line called Nasi Mango's Chunky Chili.
Yeah.
You can find it on social media. Yes, I'm a
We'll
plug
throw it
master.
in the bio.
Plug
We'll throw it in
yourself,
the
man.
bio.
You can find it on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. It's
Yeah.
Nasi Mango Chilies.
Mhm.
The socials have actually only just started, so it still needs to be filled up. That business empowers sellers. So fruit, vegetable hawkers in the city, whether it be in the market. I remember actually there was a bunch of kids that had a mango tree in their backyard, and they used to come from the area that I used to live in, on the other side of the hill. So they used to come to my side, which had a lot more people, to sell their mangoes, and they used to put them in a big bucket and just move around house by house. And I just told them, I was like, you know what, just every weekend, just bring me mangoes. Just bring me mangoes. And they would bring me mangoes, like a huge bucket. So they wouldn't have to now go all over the place. They just come straight to my house.
Oh, wow.
Drop off a whole bucket. I give them money. I'm like, you know, go off and do whatever it is that you need to do. The little that you can do for somebody's life can bring a lot to yours.
Yeah.
So I try to do that with my music a lot and the projects that I embark on. But I know that I chose female empowerment because I feel like a lot of the times females are belittled. I think if I had a different character, I would not have been where I'm at today. I think I'm where I'm at because of grit. And literally, I can stand in a room full of lions. I don't care how much money you got. I really don't. If what you're saying doesn't make sense, I'll let you know that it doesn't make sense, or I'll just walk away and go talk to someone else.
Facts.
Because I'm confident in myself. I know myself. I know my worth and value. But not many people know that about themselves. So if I can render some sort of training, or if I can render some sort of assistance to be like, let me empower you by supporting your project. And you have actually empowered me by giving me that particular product, because I'm also gaining from it. Right? So I try my very best to connect myself to things like that, because I think that's where my heart is. As an artist, you need to have some sort of philanthropic type of thing. I don't even know if I said it properly. Philanthropy? How would you say it in like?
I don't know. I think
that
I don't
vibe.
know. I ain't even gonna try.
Neither.
If you want to be a philanthropist, English bundles, if you want to be that kind of person, pretty much a giver, a helping hand, you need to be in a position where you can receive, right? And then you need to choose where you think it's best directed according to your brand. So according to the brand of Rina, I advocate for female empowerment. That's what I do because I believe I have been empowered and I would like to in turn empower in whatever way that I can.
Cool. Woo.
That was really hot. Like, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just catching us on the show, just to let you know, you just missed out on the very hottest part of the show, and you have to go back and watch that because young girls out there, young men out there, we were talking to Rina, but then the most important message is empowerment. I caught empowerment there. Rina has been amazing in her life. She's just been amazing from growing up and helping kids and being able to be, the voice to the young ones, the voice to, people that can really make it out there. And she's still pushing out there. And you have to follow her. She's on live and you have to follow the link in the bio. Everything is in there for you.
Yeah, man. So, as a tradition at 5Roundz, everyone we interview does the wrap up for us. So, Rina, if you could, do the honors.
Woo!
Gotta get myself ready for this.
Go for it.
Okay.
Go.
Am I close enough?
Yeah.
Can you see me? Do I look cute?
Yeah,
amazing.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right. Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Miss Rina Elle General, the baddest female MC in the land, and you listening to or tuned into 5Roundz. So yeah, make sure you stick it right here because it's lit.
Come on. Nice.
Come on.
Nice.
Was a pleasure. Was a pleasure.
Malawian boy.